voice of Master Chief, Spartan 117. And you're tuned in to Next Podcast. Now, wake me when you need me.
And what's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Next Podcast. That is right. This is the after work episode. Every other week, I have to work until 7. We do a show at 8. It's about a half-hour drive from my job back to the house. So it is a mad dash to get everything ready for you guys in the chat. What is going on, chat? It is good to see everybody here. I am excited for tonight's show. We have some very, very interesting topics. Not only that, there was a huge amount of white-on-white crime that was already taking place backstage before we went live. And I had to tell people, you got to calm down. You got to calm down. You got to give it to the people. The people want that white-on-white crime, okay? So, for people who don't know, Next Podcast is the home of white-on-white crime. So if that is the type of stuff that you like to check out, you like to listen to, you are definitely in the right place. But let's go in with the intros. And before we get into the intros, I just want to say, guys, I am putting out an APB for K Mega. Anybody who follows him on Twitter, you need to tweet him right now and say, oh, never mind. I hear a doorbell, people. And yes, people, he is in. But we will get to his intro in a second.
Have to stop the show for him.
Well, it was the doorbell. I'm not sure if they can hear the doorbell or not. I know I can, so I'm pretty sure they can as well. Guys, in the chat, let me know if you hear the doorbell when the doorbell goes off, okay? But yeah, no, let's get into the intros. And I'm going to start with the panel member who lives closest to me. That is right. He is here in New England. We had a warm-up for the last couple days, man. It has felt like summertime. We got like mid-80s going on, nice breeze. It is beautiful in Connecticut right now. So you know I am talking about my brother Crispy Bob. What is up, bro?
Welcome to
the
next podcast. See, I caught you off guard. See, you trying to cut me off and shit. What's up, everybody? Like, it is like summertime up here, and it's kind of crazy because I had to put the air conditioners in. Like, there's a second floor in my house, so it's like, damn, like it be getting hot up in there. I'd be just like sweating balls. Be like, what the fuck? But yeah. Welcome to the next podcast. I almost got him again. I swear I did.
Dude, my forehead just instantly started sweating when I heard welcome to. I'm like, no, we're not doing that.
Welcome to All right, but I'm very
welcome to the cum zone.
Me. He did it. Okay, Mega. Thank you. But yeah, I mean, I think me and Dark are getting this so-called white-on-white crime, and it's probably going to be great. But, I mean, Bot usually tries to get himself involved in this, so should be fun.
But we ignore him.
Like everybody does. Anyway, yo, shout out to the friendly neighborhood Blue Shell hitting up that super chat right off the bat, brother. Thank you so much for the support. He says, what about X-Bot on K Mega Crime? So, since he said my name first, that means I come out victorious, and that happens anytime there is that type of crime. Brother, thank you so much for the support. Yo,
victory. Try!
Next on the list, we are going to the Lone Star State. And, guys, I swear, I've seen... I'm at a loss for words right now. I really am. Yo, that's Predator's introduction. What up, Pred?
Was that my intro?
Yeah.
What's up, guys? Hi.
After that vigorous spanking, you're like, hi. Yeah.
I was trying to clean my hands.
Kind of tired now, huh?
I was cleaning my hands off. I was licking my fingers.
Oh, dude.
Oh.
Wow.
No? Yeah, you guys don't do that? No?
Straight left field.
Me either.
Thank you. Yo, Chipmunk, everybody is going nuts right now for what K Mega is doing. Some people might call it sabotage, but some people, they're digging it right now. But Pred, it is always good to have you on, man. I'm interested in water in the Pacific Ocean. Yes, I am talking about the man, the myth, the legend. Some people know him as the Angry Otter, but we here on Next Podcast know him as Dark Chocolate Optimus. What is up, bro?
Oh, hi. Thanks for checking in. I'm still a piece of garbage.
Wow.
Thank you, K Mega, for that. I appreciate it, bro. Yeah, man, I'm happy to be here, dude. I mean, we might get into some white on white crime. I don't know. Crispy got a little wild in the fucking DM earlier, and I was just like, nah, I don't want to mess with that fucking crazy ass white boy. So I think it might be good, you know.
I just don't think you have anything to combat what he was saying. That's why.
I mean, he wasn't wrong. To be honest. I'm just saying, he wasn't wrong. I mean, there's a lot of. We're gonna get into it. So.
Yo, I got you, but shout out to our brother 108 Dragons TV hitting up that super chat. Check this out. He says someone shoot the DJ, aka the Water Buffalo. LOL. It's like he was ready for that. Like he was prepared. Guys, next on the list, coming live from the 405, and he has to bring the soundboard with him. My brother K Mega, what is going on, bro?
Ready the Armada.
No.
We will use the old ways.
Oh, I'm sorry. I apologize that I was late. Had to take care of some business. But other than that, I'm ready to go. Ready to have a good show. Yeah, man. Back again, ready to do it. And 108 Dragons. Hey, man, I'll see you. You know what I'm saying? I know you walk with a limp. So anyway, I got you. You got, what people don't know about 108, like he's like 6'8", 6'9", but one leg is shorter than the other. So that's, you know what I'm saying? So that's the one thing about it that just makes it awkward. But anyway, but all right. But
He
yeah.
said he walked with a lisp.
Yo, I'm done with you.
Oh man, but anyway, man, glad to be here, man. Let's get into these topics, man. Tonight I might be a little wilder than normal, so get ready for that.
Yeah, guys, better strap yourself in. As you can hear just from the intros, it is about to go down. Next podcast, guys. If you haven't done it yet, hit that thumbs up button. Share the show out on social media wherever you go to talk games. Let them know that. Let the gamers know that they need to be here. It is Thursday prime time. Next podcast is live, and we're gonna get into the first topic because some people are excited about this. And I have a different feeling. It was announced that GTA 5 will be released later this year for the PS5, the Series X, and the Series S. And I'm like, really? Another generation, and we're going to get the same Grand Theft Auto? What is going on? What is going on with Grand Theft Auto 6? I am ready for it. But I guess it won't, they won't show it at E3 and come out this year. Not if they're coming out with the new GTA 5. K-Mega, where were you when you saw this announcement? And what did you think, man? Are you in the same boat with me here? It's like, enough with GTA 5 already. Can we get a number 6, please?
Yeah, I mean, it's not so much about can we get another GTA 5 or GTA 6. I mean, because I want them to take as much time as possible with it. I know that whatever they're going to do with GTA is going to be fantastic, but again, like more DLC,
something with 5 because it's still rolling. And once I found out the reason why people why this game keeps getting bought over and over and over again, it
Shark
just
cards,
does it.
baby.
Right, because of the shark cards, it's cheaper to go ahead and just buy the games instead of actually buying the shark cards.
That was slick too.
It was real slick. I mean, it's one of those things where I didn't even, which trips me out because I'm wondering who is those people that has umpteenth versions of GTA 5 in their backlog. Like, I mean, just sitting out dormant, like they got about what 10 to 20 versions of it. I mean, and there could be people that's so engulfed into that game that might even have more. I don't know, man. It's bizarro to me, real bizarro world. But I will say this is that it's the gift that keeps on giving, and I I played the multiplayer maybe a handful of times. It's fun. It's got a lot of potential, but I would rather see what the next generation of the game would be like online, and then I would probably get more immersed into it. It's just too damn old right now. I'm not saying that old games are bad or anything like that. I'm not going to jump on that bandwagon. I'm just saying that they've milked the gaming community so much,
Every
and for
time
them
you turn
to
around, man, it's
right
another
and to
GTA 5. Like,
right, it would be a different story if this game was presented to people with, with a free upgrade. But this is you're being charged for it yet again.
we can't get a free upgrade on that.
Oh no, you didn't know that? You didn't know that?
No, man.
No,
like I said, I've been working like crazy. So
yeah, no, they're charging again. The price the price point I don't know how much it is, but regardless, even if it's $20, it's still ridiculous. Like, I mean, the game is the number one selling game of all time. And I don't even know if there'll be a game that will conquer it, especially now when they're going to do this. And you know that there's going to be people that's going to buy it. So I don't know, man. It's crazy to me. I'm definitely not spending no more money on the game. And it's not that serious to me. I mean, there's so many other games to play. I think that in order for this game to actually just go away, people will just have to stop buying it. But if they put a lot of incentive with shark cards, things like that, the game is just going to keep on continuing to sell. And unfortunately, they're going to profit off of it even more. And this might be a trend for some companies to try to throw at gamers. And I think this is really problematic overall, man. I don't like this move or what they're doing with it. If the enhancements have to be so well
there
done,
better be ray tracing in that.
Yeah, like it's got to be like what we've seen with Demon Souls or whatever that game is called. Is that what the game is called? Demon Souls?
Yeah, Demon Souls.
Yeah, Demon Souls. Yeah,
let Dark talk about it. Yeah, he knows.
Yeah, but I'm just saying the game has to have those type of enhancements for me to even decide that I would even consider paying any more money for that game. I bought the game twice. Oh no, actually 3 times. I'm not buying the game again.
Dude, I started playing on the 360, man. How many times did they
that's
want
what I'm
me to
saying.
buy this thing, man?
Yeah, I bought that game 3 times. I refuse to buy it again. I'm not spending no more money on it.
Dude, it's crazy because when it comes down to it, I started playing GTA 5 again, the story, not GTA Online, GTA 5, and I really, really do like the story. But I know the story, and I gotta say, the kind of like Xbox One version that I'm playing on the Series S looks really good as it is right now. Of course, no ray tracing and stuff like that, but there's definitely an advantage, something you can see, playing this game on like your Series S, your Series X or whatnot. So it's like, damn, you're gonna charge for another iteration with more enhancements. I'm like, dude, it's time for GTA 6, man. Like, in my opinion, new story, new characters. Anytime they come out with a new GTA, the story, like, it catches people. And one thing I really hate, and I don't want to hear it. K Mega kind of danced around it. But I don't want to hear the GTA 5 still making a shit ton of money, because that doesn't matter to me. I'm the gamer.
No.
I don't work.
Yeah.
I don't work there. You know what I'm saying?
I mean,
I'm not getting a check.
Yeah, no. The thing to me is overall is that it's okay. It is making a lot of money, and that's fine and well and all good. And that the game is going to be very successful, and it's definitely going to help with what's going to go on with GTA 6. But the problem with that is that to keep on to milk somebody who's bought this game multiple times. Like, this should be a thank you to the gamers that stuck with the game from the very beginning all the way to now, and give a free upgrade. That's the thing right there. It's like, look, man, thank you guys so much for making us the #1 selling game out there. Here you go. And I understand it's a business. And if anything, like when we talk about like
called fanfare in business,
Xbox and PlayStation and things like that, and when the people breaks down the overall and say, hey, it's a business, 2K just reminds us, yes, it is a business. And this right here is the part where people should be like, look, I'm not gonna touch this damn game. But unfortunately, because of how it's got its hooks in people's it's got the hooks in people, they're gonna still buy it, and I wouldn't be surprised if it's gonna be #1 yet again when that game supposedly drops. I think it drops in November, so we'll definitely see. But I'm not getting it.
I got you. Yo, shout out to our brother, the Don, in the chat. Yo, bro, he said he came for Destiny talk. Now, I could talk about Destiny because I'm angry. I am angry with Destiny right now, but I am not going to talk about it, Pred. I'm not going to do it. I'll do it on my own time if I feel a need. But yo, Don,
what the fuck was that?
Don, if you want to come in and hang out with us in the meet that we use, just let me know in the chat. Let me know that you're down to come in, and I will send you the link. And maybe
are you going to talk about Destiny?
Maybe you can start about.
You're not coming to talk about Destiny.
Maybe you can talk about Destiny. You come.
Are you going to talk about Destiny, Don?
No,
I mean, I said Don. Okay.
Fuck this shit, I'm out.
No, I said I'm not, man. Damn,
I'm out.
haters.
I'm
you are
down.
such haters, yo. Yo, Dark Chocolate Optimus. Dude, what do you think about this news? Are you excited for GTA 5 again with enhancements for this generation, or do you think like they're milking almost a dead cow? Like the cow's got, you're seeing its ribs. It's really lightweight now. Like I'm ready for another Grand Theft Auto. I don't want Grand Theft Auto 5 with more enhancements. What do you think, bro?
Well, we knew this was coming. This I think last June when the PS5 was announced, that was the first trailer that was shown was GTA 5. With enhancements. And I don't know, I think at the end it said something about like it's coming to PS5, PlayStation Plus or something like that. So I'm not sure if it's like gonna be, if it's free for
you're talking
certain
the PS5
people.
show, because like they just that was the PS4 version of it. That wasn't this version.
Well, I have to watch the trailer again. I can't remember what it said at the end.
You don't believe me?
No, I don't believe.
No.
I mean, it's not that I don't believe
you.
I mean, it's not that I don't believe you. It's just that I
don't believe you.
Would rather research it. I'd rather research it first. Before deciding that you were actually right. But
K Mega, can you
honestly,
a piece of garbage, please?
To be thanks, Brett. Honestly, I thought to myself, I was like, okay, well, it's I mean, we knew. I mean, honestly, they're gonna milk the shit out of this fucking game until people just completely stop buying it, and it seems like it's not happening. People are just continuously buying this
for
game.
those shark cards.
And
man.
I don't understand why. Like, I don't understand. Like, stop buying this fucking game. Like, stop it. So we can get a GTA 6. So you can get a new online GTA. Because I mean, you could stop playing online GTA, and then just go and play something else. And then as soon as they come out with GTA 6, they're going to come out with the online, because
some people are addicted to GTA Online, though. Let's
man.
Be real.
I know.
It's all they play.
I know. It's kind of like Crispy with Gears. It's all they play.
Yeah, pretty much.
But yeah, man. I mean, that's the thing. Like, this game is how many generations ago? You know,
Dude, it
like
came out on the 360. Like
360.
three generations, man.
So 3 generations would and 1 generation without a new GTA. So what is that? You know, it's like are you guys just not planning on making another GTA? You're just gonna do you're just gonna do the online from now on? You're just gonna keep continuously keeping the GTA 5 going? Which kind of sucks because it's like, man, I loved the GTA story.
Yes.
I didn't really like the online. Online was kind of meh to me. So it's just like I just don't get it, man. I don't get why they continuously try to make try to make money off of this game.
The online got a lot better when the heist came out, man. Like it did get better.
Yeah, I heard that. That was the case, but I'm thinking to myself like, why don't we have a GTA 6 yet? Why? Because people keep continuously buying GTA 5 for no reason. For no reason at all. For no reason at all except for buying those dumbass fucking shark cards that are a waste of fucking money anyways, to be honest. Like, you're buying credit in a game to buy stuff in the game. Like,
yeah.
It makes I don't know. That's why I don't like pay DLC and shit like that. Like unless it's like story mode stuff or things like that, I don't mind it. But
all the add-ons are free and everything now. Where they get you is yes, you can earn your money, but they do come out with the shark cards and every time they have a new add-on.
Okay. See, I didn't know. I didn't know. My bad. So if people are gonna come
every
at
time
me,
they
I
do a
didn't
new
know.
add-on, they have like new vehicles, new weapons, stuff like that. And of course, you can fast track with a shark card and just buy those things.
Oh, okay. So it's like a fast track kind of thing. Okay.
Well, yeah, to
It's
the
like a
item.
credit card, people.
Yeah, it's basically a credit card.
Okay. So it's a credit card for digital shit in a
Yes.
fucking video game.
Yes.
Okay. That's fucking stupid. Right? Like, does that make any fucking sense?
No, but it's life, though.
Dark, check this out. Dark. Back from the Dead actually said something that I would be interested in over GTA 5, and they can tack on the GTA Online to these, right? But he says, at this point, just remaster San Andreas and Vice City. Come out with those. Like, dude, I would go into Vice City so hard, man.
Those two games were probably one of the better, or were two of the best GTAs.
Vice City is one of the best. Yeah,
yeah, Vice City. San Andreas had its qualms, you know, with the whole like eating and fucking exercising and shit like that. That was kind of
the weightlifting and shit. Yeah. Like it was
but
weird.
The story in it was pretty good. You know, like it was pretty decent story. But yeah, man. I mean, honestly, I don't get why they're continuously making fucking money from this game. Like, like, dude, I was in college when this fucking game came out. Jesus Christ! like, fuck, man.
You old yet, bro?
I feel like it. Shit, especially after hearing that they're fucking continuously making this fucking game money. Oh my god,
dude! I still can't believe you went to college for pole dancing. But each to their own. It's your career.
It's a profession, okay? Don't fucking knock it until you try it. All right.
Great point. Let's move on to Crispy here. Crispy, GTA 5, Xbox Series X, PS5, and of course Xbox Series S as well. Are you in the camp that this is a good thing? You know, GTA 5 again, or were you hoping that we would get an announcement and more information possibly released when it comes to GTA 6? What do you think about this news, brother?
Well, I'm one of the few people, probably ever, to have never played GTA 5. Think about that for a second.
That's actually
never touched it.
You would have gotten addicted to it, man. I can almost guarantee you.
It's possible. It's possible. The only thing is that I felt like as I played San Andreas, which is the last Grand Theft Auto I ever played, that I thought that as far as they could go, and really in realism, if I've looked at people, I've watched people play GTA. It's pretty interesting with the online. Other than that, that's what they're holding their pedestal. They're like, yes, our online is great for those people that love it, and it's so many people, and so many people have purchased the game as the iterations have come out, and throughout 3 generations now, which is freaking incredible. I mean, how the hell dude? You want to milk a cash cow? Here you go. That's what they're doing right now, and I can't believe they're doing it. I thought for sure. I mean, anybody that thought that GTA 6 was going to get an announcement or anything, you have been dead wronged right there.
Yes, I have.
They are not going to throw themselves to the curb. They are going to be like, well, let's see how much more we can milk out of this fucking cow. And that's what they're doing. That's what they're doing right now. And you know what? I hate to say it, but if you're going to buy in, you're going to buy in. I haven't bought in at all, and I have no interest. I mean, they're probably going to tout frames per second. You get extra shark cards and this and that. I don't give a shit about none of that crap. Okay? Is it free? No. Okay. Have a good day. That's the way I look at it. Like, you might as well go play Fortnite. You want to spend money? Go play Fortnite.
That's another company that milks a cash cow right there.
Yeah, but at least it's free to play. Like, I can go play it right now if I want to. I don't have anything spectacular about it. Like, there's nothing that I want to have on my character or anything else. But at the end of the day, I could still go play the game, be competitive, and do the game, and play it the way it has become. But GTA, I look at it, it's like you got to spend money. You want the nice shiny car, you got to spend money. You want to do this, you got to spend money. You want to do that, you got to spend money. And you know what? Everybody's buying into it. And you know what? I'm sure they're going to ride this until there's no end, because we're going on the 3rd generation of this game coming out. And I look at it and I say, I'm not falling for that. I'm just not. I'm not doing that. I would rather contribute to a game that is free to play or in Game Pass or anything like that than contribute to a game that has brought out reiterations that are basically exactly the same game with the FPS or the graphical fidelity or anything like that. It's ridiculous, because literally it's like you could look at one or the other and you could be like, well, that don't look that much different. It might play a little different as we get into the FPS now that we're going into this 3rd gen, but holy crap, dude. How long are you going to milk this cow? People want a new story. People that play Grand Theft Auto to play for the story, not necessarily the multiplayer. The multiplayer, it doesn't gravitate to me. Like, I'm competitive multiplayer. I'm not like, hey, I can go and do this, or I can, like some people that are on PC, I get it. Like they act like they're like, they act like they're a cop or they're a criminal or something, and like they, be submissive, and it's kind of like role playing in like a different way. And I understand that, but it's like, how many times are you gonna keep pushing that out? It's like, dude.
Anybody else on the panel gets scared when Crispy says role play? I just want to know, because like that sent a shiver down my spine. Like, Crispy's talking about role play.
I'm coming for you.
It's definitely concerning.
Yes.
For a minute. So what are you visualizing when he says that?
No, we're not diving deep into that, but we are. Hold on, guys. We are shouting out. We are shouting out my brother, Hustle and Motivate, because he said something in here that's kind of funny in the chat. He said GTA 5 coming out. Hold up.
Wait a minute. Something ain't right.
He said GTA 5 coming out on 3 straight console generations is a complete travesty. That I'll buy again on PlayStation 5. That I can see a lot of people saying that. A lot of people getting mad and then being like, "All right, well, where's my debit card? Because I'm definitely gonna get it." I'm not sure if they talked about any features or anything yet. I bet you they will at E3 though. K Mega,
for sure. They're
K Mega, what do you think about this news, man? Are you excited for GTA 5 again, or do you think it's about time they move on and give us a new story, bro?
Did you hit a Predator?
Not
No, I'm
yet.
after you.
Did I hit?
Oh, but you coming back to me again?
Oh, I didn't know I went to you in the first place. My bad. You know what? No. K Mega, you need to be quiet because I gotta get to my homie Predator here real quick. Predator, yo, dude, with your recent pictures of guns and everything, GTA absolutely. I don't even know what that was. I have no idea what that was.
He doesn't want to talk, but he wants to play sound effects. Got it.
But
I talked. That was the first one he chose when we first started talking about it.
Oh, you went first?
My bad.
Yeah.
It's a live show. People can make mistakes. People can mess up. It happens, bruh. But Predator.
Holy shit!
Predator, what do you think about this, man? Like, are you down for GTA 5 again, or do you think it is about time that Rockstar moves on and gives us a new story and a new GTA, bro?
Yeah, they need to move on. Here's a plot twist. They've already finished GTA 6. They're just trying to milk out 5 for a couple of years.
Yeah.
Let's see how long we can make this last. But no, that's on all seriousness, like the fact they're charging for it is what bothers me the most. Like upgrading it to the next console, to the next generation, cool. Make it free. Don't charge people for that. Like that should just be a free upgrade with us. Everything being back compat and stuff like that, and being upgraded like the way Xbox is doing things. It's not. They don't charge you for that. They just do it. It's free. And I know it's free for PlayStation. I read this earlier. I think it's free for PlayStation for like 3 months, and the Xbox gamers have to pay for it. And we don't know what that cost is. What was the standalone Red Dead Online cost? Was that like $5?
I think it was 20.
Was it 20?
I think it was like 5.
Whatever that was. I mean, it'd probably be around the
Was
same
it 5?
ballpark.
It might have been 5. I don't know.
I thought it was 5.
You're right. It was $5. It was $5.
It wasn't expensive. I was to get it because it's only $5, and I didn't play it, but I got it anyway. But
yeah, it was 5.
So I can see them doing something like that, like 5, maybe $10. But I mean, move on. Like, I mean, I know there's games people play religiously, like these type of games, like it's games of service, you want to call it that. Like, we still play them, repeatedly. Just keep upgrading it. But I think at this point, if they just made a standalone online game that was free to play and went that model like Ubisoft is doing, and made like a story game, they sold it separately. I mean, I could see them doing something like that with GTA 6 and just consistently updating 5. But the way it's going now, like they're making so much money off of 5. Like why? I mean, like how much longer do you think they're gonna continue to, work on this game? I mean, they had content out earlier this year, right? Like new DLC.
Yeah,
and I guess in a sense, if they're going to keep updating it, I guess there's nothing to complain about. But if we're consistently paying for the game, they have a model that works for them. So like, there's really no need. I mean, to be honest with you, there's really no need for GTA 6. If the main purpose of you is to play the story and be done with it, there's no DLC for the story. They just keep coming out with new DLC that adds more to the game, and it's online anyway. It's like a multiplayer online game at this point. So it's just now updating it. So if it's just a res boost, maybe they up the frame rates a little bit and then make it 120. That should be free. If they're adding content to it and they want to charge, I can kind of understand that. They worked on that content, but like I think with most Microsoft stuff, it's just like it's done internally for Microsoft. You don't have to do anything for the most part. But I need to see the difference between 5, like as it is right now, to the 5 it's going to be when it gets the next gen update. Is it worth paying for? I mean, obviously they're giving it away for free on the PlayStation guys, so it can't be that much of a difference. I don't know. I do think they need to move on to 6. To be honest with you, I think that's something we're clamoring for. People have been asking for it. We keep thinking it's coming, and it never does. So But with this now, they're making this announcement right now with E3 right around the corner. I don't think we're going to hear from 6 for a while, for another year.
That's what
Maybe
I'm worried
longer.
about, man. That's what I'm worried about. Can I shout out Viper real quick? Yeah, I just want to shout out RG Viper
go ahead.
real quick
Yeah, go
because
ahead.
when it
Go ahead.
came to Red Dead Online, he said it was $5.99 at first. Now it's $19.99. And Dennis in the chat said, yeah, the $5 was an introductory price when it first came out. Now it's $20. But go ahead, Chocolate.
So it says that PS5 owners will get GTA Online free at launch in 2021
So it's free to play for PlayStation.
for PlayStation. Yeah.
For the first 3 months. That's not the upgrade though. So basically, the upgrade may be free, but the GTA standalone online is what everyone's going to pay for at some point in time after the 3 months. PlayStation guys will get it for free. Xbox the guys that play for the online version. So are they updating the whole game or just the online part of it?
They're updating the whole game. They're just giving PlayStation gamers through Plus the first, I guess, dibs at it. I guess, or whatever.
That's what their exclusive deal must have been then with them. That's why they came out of E3 or whatever that event was last year on stage first. That was their opening, like you mentioned, Dark. That was their opening, I think, with the event they had. They opened with that.
And people are like, why are they opening with GTA 5? Like,
yeah, and they probably had.
Even I was like, what the fuck?
Well, I think everybody thought they were going to get GTA 6, either exclusive or marketing rights for it. But it seems like it's just the 3 months exclusive deal for GTA Online, and all the upgrades to be free. So we'll see. It still look better on Xbox Series X.
Oh wow, yeah, talking about playing better on the Series X. But no, let's get into another subject because this caused shockwaves through social media, and I know a lot of people are really excited about this game, even though we haven't seen gameplay of it. And it is a title from Bethesda called Starfield. Now, there are people out there that really believe that they were aiming for a 2021 release date for Starfield. I feel like it's going to move more into the early 2022. But the thing is, and guys, where did this come from? Because I think it's been all but officially announced that Starfield will be exclusive to Xbox and PC. It hasn't been officially announced, but everything else but that. Am I right?
Yeah, that came from Jeff Grubb.
Oh, okay.
He
and now even Schreier said it.
Oh, did he?
Yes, he did.
So Jeff and Jason, the two J's, are claiming this now. So the funny thing about this was before Jeff and before Jason, came out and said all this, there were diehard Sony guys that would come out and like, man, I can't wait to play Starfield, on my PS5. And K Mega, shout out to you for pointing this out. On social media, man, because I thought that was absolutely hilarious. That swing, though. People were so excited about this game, right? And then this Jeff Grubb came out, Schreier came out, and said that this game's going to be exclusive to Xbox and PC. Now, all of a sudden, the question is, well, we don't even know what the game is. Like, what is the game? People who were excited about this game and were ready to play it on their PlayStations, and they were just excited about this game. Now, all of a sudden, they're like, well, we don't even know what this game is about. There was a huge kind of, it caused such a ripple through social media, through Twitter, through Facebook, all that good stuff. Let's go with Predator on this one. Predator, as you can hear, Starfield is almost guaranteed to be exclusive Xbox and PC. What did you think about the backlash? What do you think about the 180 that's going on out there in the community from certain gamers or whatnot? And do you think this is the right move when it comes to this game?
I'm not surprised. It's if it's a PlayStation game, everything's fine. But once Xbox gets exclusive rights to something, they want to backlash and go after the company and call Todd Howard a spineless twerp or whatever. Like that's what the community does. So that's what their community does. So go back to Tomb Raider, how they did that girl, that did that game, and
Yeah.
they were, like
Camilla Luddington, yeah.
yeah, like how they were attacking her and stuff like that. And um, on one hand, you got people saying, "Oh, I would get an Xbox if they had exclusive games, AAA bangers, et cetera, et cetera." And then on the other hand, those same people are pissed off because Microsoft went out and did what they had to do to get AAA games on their system.
It's like Xbox called them out on it. Real quick, I do have to shout out our brother Sir X, man. I'm sorry, Pred, but I want to do this. I want to make sure I get every one of his, because he let me know in a party one day. Like I miss some of his super chats. So my brother Sir X, man, hitting up the super chat. Thank you so much for the support. He says, screw the remake when it comes to GTA 5. Give me a new Midnight Club, Rockstar. That is right, brother. I am with you on that one. But yeah, Pred, like it's absolutely blatant now, though, because like before anything came out, the excitement was there, and then just to see the 180 right in front of you, man, it's like how can anybody look at your views with any sort of credibility when you can just flip at just one thing that somebody said? Like, you just flip and do a 180 about a game like that.
Part of me thinks it's for clicks, and part of it is like they're just mad. Like they don't understand. Like, dude, we can find out what you said about this just by doing a simple search on Twitter. And we'll see. Like, you said this one day, and the next day you said that. Like, and I get it. People, like, you don't know what's going to happen in the future. That's why I'm really careful sometimes about what I want to say, because I don't want it to come back and haunt me. I don't want to be that guy in the screenshot sometimes, but I've been that guy before in the screenshots, But I mean, just people just need to watch what the fuck they say. Like, I try not to say something that's going to come back and haunt me. And some of these people, like, they forget they wrote that until someone puts it in their face. Like, dude, you just said this a couple of months ago. Like, why would you say it? Like, it's like people used to get mad at Phil Spencer because he would say one thing, and then, like, things change, which dictates him to have to do something else as a company. And he's like where he's at in his company at Microsoft, he's a top of the chain, the shark in the water. So like, he does it, they gave him shit for it. So we're not supposed to give you shit for doing it, and you're not even anywhere on his level. And most of it's just, some people are just guessing. Some people, it's like, it's the fanboy thing. They assume it's coming, and then when something happens that doesn't, they're pissed. And there's the answer I have for those same people is the exact same thing that you were saying that didn't happen on Xbox. Xbox is getting. That's what you said was holding you from getting an Xbox. So what's your problem? Why can't you?
Yeah, shouldn't you be excited now? You can purchase the Xbox because you said that's what you would do if those types of games were.
I'll give you the perfect example. I use myself as an example. When the PlayStation came out, the 4 came out, I was like, I'm not getting a PlayStation 4 until X happens, right? And I was waiting on God of War. That's what I did. I waited for God of War, and I got my PlayStation. So like, I didn't go back on my word when I said that. And same thing with the PlayStation 5. I can find one, I get one for Ratchet and Clank. I really want to get God of War. I have no idea when it's coming out, but I want the games that come on PlayStation 5 that I'm interested in. I'm not just going to get one for myself. My stepson has one. I'm not going to get one for myself unless there's games on it that I'm interested in. So like, if a game like Starfield comes out and you're interested in it, and you don't have a PC, you don't feel like building one, or like playing on a PC, just get an Xbox. That's what you're waiting for. That's what you've been clamoring and saying you've been waiting for this whole time. It's coming out on Xbox. You got Halo coming out. You got other shit coming out as well. So like, that's your reasoning. Same people with the Switch. I'm not getting a Switch until Nintendo makes another Zelda. Well, get you another fucking Switch then. But like, stop making excuses. Everyone, all you PlayStation fanboys, you have an excuse to not get an Xbox, and you're consistently hating on it. We got people that show up on our chat all the time doing the same shit. Like, either get the box.
The timing is golden on that right there. Like, that is amazing.
My block button.
Yo.
But yeah, I'm done, man.
No doubt, man. And I want to go to K Mega on this, because, like I said, K Mega brought it to my attention. There's somebody that replies to him and replies to me, and Mega, I gotta say, great job on showing one side, the pre Jeff Grubb kind of like announcement, and then the post Jeff Grubb announcement when it came to this this gamer on Twitter, and then I started looking through Twitter, and there was a lot of that like going on, man.
Yeah.
Dude, what do you think about all this, bro?
I mean, it's typical. I mean, it was just somebody that I was just making a point to, right? Not too long ago about I believe Biomutant because of what the stuff is going on around there. I mean, that's crazy news, and so it just comes to show that they will come with an excuse. The stands will come with an excuse at any turn. It's not for Xbox gamers out there. They should never, ever, from here on out, not try to persuade to listen to any type, to try to listen to reason or try to talk them into reason, because it just isn't going to work. If a PlayStation fan wants to get an Xbox, they already got one, or they're going to let people know that they're going to get one. If there's the one of the people that always constantly says what Xbox needs and what they want, those people are never going to get an Xbox. And if they do, they're going to keep it on the low because they don't want people to jump on Xbox and like anything too. About it.
I've seen that before, man.
Yeah, like it's crazy. Like, I mean, it blows my mind for a game like Starfield to get all this. And this is, I think, really, if you think about it, one of the first Xbox games to get all this hype without anybody knowing anything about it.
Yes.
And so, I mean, it's in the territory with Elden Ring and people with Star Citizen. I mean, it is getting tons and tons of news. And so to me, it's like, all right, I don't know anything about the game. I'm glad that people are hyped about it, and I've said this a couple of times on other podcasts. It's like, but let's not crown it yet. Let's wait to see what this game is going to be like, because it might not be your type of game. But even if it's like not like a type of game that I would like, I'm just happy for the fact that it's a different AAA new IP that's coming to Xbox, and it's going to be exclusive. So that part right there is the most important aspect of it, that the people that kept saying that they were the ones to make Xbox change are now, I'm seeing them post stuff right now, dogging out, showing skeletons of like, oh, people gotta wait for Starfield and oh my god, all the time that they're gonna be, it might take 2 or 3 years before the game comes out. It is always a different narrative with these people, and it's sad, but it's just what it is. And Xbox gamers, just do not give a damn about what these other people think. Just be happy for what you are interested in and just move on, because trying to negotiate, trying to post this into their face and say, gotcha, you already know what's going to happen. It's going to, they're just going to go into their little hole, put their head in the sand for a little while, and then come back with something else. That's all this is. This is just to get attention. It's something that I said a long time ago. It's the same thing. Attention is the new currency. They need it. They crave it. That's why they talk about, it's crazy if that they're PlayStation fans and they love everything PlayStation, but they talk about Xbox more than they talk about their own favorite preferred console of choice. So to me, that tells you right there that it's all about fuckery. It's not about realism. It's not about being a true gamer. It's all about the show. And if you're excited for Starfield, stay that way. Don't let anybody deter you from anything just because the game, just because we don't know anything about the game yet. Just don't crown it. Just don't give it like, oh, this is game of the year. Don't do like they do. You know what I'm saying? Because then, you're going to have to be held accountable for your words. And if you're a person of honor, you're going to have to come up and take that L if you are wrong about it. So just be hype about it because it's a new IP that's AAA coming to Xbox. But other than that, let's just wait and see. And it might be that gargantuan, crazy console seller that people have been waiting for Xbox. That's great, but let's just wait. Let's just be cool.
K-Mega, you know what I'm watching. You know what I'm looking for with this whole thing with Starfield. We saw what happened with Halo Infinite, and what I'm noticing with Halo Infinite as we're getting closer and closer to E3, all of a sudden Halo Infinite, because of people who won't even play the game, that don't have the system, won't play the game, they are building it up so much that it has to like cure cancer for it to be a quality game or something like that. They have blown it up to that point. Now I'm looking for them to do this with Starfield as well. It's something I've said throughout throughout the Xbox One, PS4 era, it seems that for some rhyme or reason, people let the Sony extremists dictate the narrative all the time.
They do. I don't get it. It is absolutely ridiculous to me how they could just. I mean, but that's the thing. The people want to see. People enjoy train wrecks. That's why reality TV is like the biggest thing going, right? So they'll watch, they'll listen, they'll read, and some of these people and go to their channels and see all this, and so they just wait for them to be wrong. And when they're wrong, what happens? They bait them in again by not saying anything or giving a different, a different narrative that, well, you know what? I might not have been fully accurate about this aspect, but I was right about this. And it had nothing to do with anything that person may have said. They just watched somebody else's videos or saw some kind of blip, or it was Metacritic, or it didn't sell well. It's the three-tiered monster that they constantly always fall upon. If if Starfield comes out, right, or let's just say Halo as well. If Halo comes out, because that's one of the games they fear the most is Halo.
Oh yeah.
They don't want Halo to be anywhere near what Halo was. Or even though Halo is a juggernaut, regardless of whatever. I mean, that's a whole nother discussion. But anyway, they fear Halo. If Halo has a 90 or above Metacritic score, if Halo's, they won't tell you the sales, but you know how they'll give them, like 10 million people played day one, or 5 to 10 million people played day one on this whatever. They do that, and then the game is beautiful. And it just kicks ass. That's the three-headed monster. But I guarantee you they'll find a fourth. Just because, well, this person, it never ends. So just stop listening to the garbage, man.
Thank you.
Starfield itself is it's intriguing. From the rumors that I've heard is that because at first the rumors were saying that it was going to be like the next Mass Effect and all of that, and then it turned into that it was going to be the next it was going to be a huge version of No Man's Sky or Outer Wilds, and so I don't know. I mean, I played a little bit of No Man's Sky with Sir X-Man. That's all I've played of it. It's intriguing, but again, when I think of something like that, I think of No Man's Sky, and I don't want to put that game in that type of position because then I would already give it a downgrade because the only game that I've seen like that is No Man's Sky. So I just want to give this chance. I want to see what E3 what they show with it, and then just go from there. Other than that, let's just enjoy it, man.
It's interesting, a brand new IP coming from Bethesda. It's something that really catches a lot of gamers' eyes, and I think that's what really happened. Before any Xbox announcement, when Bethesda first said something about Starfield, like there was hype building, even though nobody knew what it really was, because it's a brand new IP from a publisher, developer that's really well known. But let's look at things through a realistic lens. When it comes to Bethesda, they do release games. They don't release smoothly either. You know what I'm saying? There's certain things like I want to see them improve on, when it comes to bugs and glitches and things like that. But I'm excited to see what Starfield is all about. Anybody out there claiming game of the year already? We definitely don't know what the game is, but it is cool to be excited. And again, when it comes down to it, why do you feed into the narrative that is dictated by people who don't even want to play the system you play on? Like, don't even get into it with them. Be excited for what you want to be excited for. And just kind of, hang in that group and watch the hype build that way. I think is the best route to go. But we gotta get Crispy involved here. Now, Crispy, we're talking Starfield, man. Jeff Grubb, Schreier coming out saying, "Yep, Xbox PC only," and then the huge kind of like ripple throughout social media, and now all of a sudden people are asking, "What is this game?" Even though they were willing to wait and play it on their PS5 before these guys said anything about an exclusive nature. What do you think, bro?
Yeah. Oh, dude, like, do you remember like 2 years ago when PlayStation Graham saying, "Oh, it's going to be a timed launch exclusive on PlayStation." Remember that? I remember. Anybody else remember?
I remember.
Okay. Well, why is that? The game's going to be good. Okay. They've updated the creation engine, which they've used for Fallout and everything else. They've updated it. Okay. I don't think it's going to come out this year. I'm actually with many other people, including like even Schreier, even though he said it's going to be exclusive to Xbox. He did say that.
He said late 2022.
Yeah. So I think they're going to wait, especially with Halo coming out this year. And I believe Forza Horizon is going to be like a shadow drop type thing. And they're just going to show it off in Mexico City. And they're going to have like a good like 2 to 3 minutes of it like playing in at E3 or maybe on, the Summer Games Fest. You don't know what they're going to do.
Oh, and with
You know what
Forza
I'm saying?
Horizon, they always release a demo before they release the game as well.
Yeah, and you know what? Like if they launch side by side with Halo, they don't care. That's the weird thing. Like, they want to get racers in there, they want to get first person shooters in there, or just Halo fans in general into the ecosystem if they've been kind of wary or just like I'm not sure, but at the same time I see all these great things that Xbox is doing, but I still am skeptical because 2013 really hurt their feels. I mean, let's be honest, hurt a lot of people's feels. Not necessarily me, but I was a Gears fan to begin with. You were a Halo fan at the time.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So, exclusives do matter. And the problem is that you see games like Starfield and you're like, what is this? What is it doing? And if they really truly updated the creation engine, and on top of that, they bring a Fallout, Skyrim, and then a Space Odyssey or Space Opera involved with the entire game. They have looked at Elon Musk and they've said, okay, tell us how we can make this game relevant and logical to the human race at this point, basically. Because, Elon thinks beyond the human race. That's the way he looks at everything. So you look at him and you go and say, how can we make this logical for this space travel and everything else? And many people have already talked about this. They're going to do things that are going to blow your mind. You are going to have issues. There's not going to be like this easy mode that you can just do whatever you want. You are going to have to think about water and food and everything else. They're going to make you live in this ecosystem. And the beauty of it is I believe Todd or somebody else has worked on the game has already said that it is going to be single player. And I think this is why Bethesda joined Xbox, because they are really great at making single player open world RPGs. They are really great at that. And if you're going to bring the space element to it, you have to immerse people in it. And like I say, Fallout 3 is one of the greatest games I've ever played. And for a lot of people, Skyrim is one of the greatest games they've ever played. And they really immerse people in that. I like the shooting, the everything else in Fallout 3. New Vegas was a spin-off, but kind of brought those elements into it. Still not at the level of graphically that we have now. Like now it's a different realm. Like you can't take even Fallout 4, which is basically a rehash of Fallout 3, into, this new gen, which is not impressive because at that time, the 1X was barely about to come out. Like it was just announced. So they really didn't have the tools to be able to use that. And I think that's why it probably will be like 2022, at least early or late. It's going to be 2022 because they have the tools now and they're like, well, wait. And we have the backing because we're not thinking of like Fallout 76. I think Fallout 76 was really just, we have to make money because we're going to go under. That's what I felt like. You know what I'm
I
saying?
can see that. I could definitely see that.
You know, so like microtransactions, the way the game is and everything else. And they basically just used Fallout 4, which is like a small little iteration better than Fallout 3's engine, which is all the creation engine, including Skyrim. A lot of people don't realize that, all creation engine, but the engine is totally adaptable. And I'm not saying that, you know, if you play on Xbox One, you might be able to play Starfield. You might be happy about that. I mean, they might start using the cloud and everything else. It hasn't come out yet. I think when the cloud is announced, I think that's when Starfield is really going to be ramped up. And we're going to see something E3, I think. But it's not going to be, you know, they're going to be like 2022, and that's all they're going to say. That's what I think at this point.
Huh. That is very interesting. Yo, shout out to Eli the Realist one, in the chat. He says, since when had Schreier been an Xbox leaker? And, you know, I hear you on that, bro. But I think this is a different case because it is with newly acquired Bethesda. So, you know, Schreier might not have had kind of like deep talons into the Xbox, you know, dev studios or anything like that, you know, but he might have had deeper talents in Bethesda when they were basically multi-plat third-party publishers, so he might have more, you know, more credibility, more people to talk to over there at Bethesda than he would in kind of say like even like Playground Games or you know, Turn 10, 343, stuff like that. So there is a possibility that he has talked to more people because Bethesda, up until fairly recently, when you look at it in terms of game development cycles and stuff, Bethesda was a third-party developer, third-party publisher. So, you know, it's not too far out of the ballpark to think that he might have people, you know, within Bethesda that he could talk to. Let's go to our brother Optimus. Yo, Optimus, dude, what do you think about this? What Jeff Grubb said, Schreier has kind of backed him up on, in terms of Starfield being Xbox/PC exclusive. And what do you think about the 180 that went on from people who were hyped about this game before? Now all of a sudden, it seems like they're trying to lay doubts out there and try to get people to second guess or to question their hypeness for this game ever since you know, Jeff Grubb and Schreier said Xbox PC exclusive.
For me, this game, I mean, if it's anything like Fallout, I'm probably not gonna play it. I didn't like the Fallout series. I like Skyrim. I like those games. Those games are fun. Just something about Fallout. I don't know. I think Fallout 4 just left a bad taste in my mouth. Honestly, just like that game. I don't know. I think it was just because it felt like a rehash of Fallout 3, and it just I don't know. It didn't grab me like 3 did or Skyrim did or anything like that. So it was just kind of like, with that one. So if it's anything like that, I probably won't play it. But from what you guys were talking about, it being, sounds like it's going to be like a survival game in space. So I'm like thinking to myself, like, that's cool and all, but I don't like when games put things in their game. I don't like it when they put things in their game where they force you to have to do something that you don't want to do. You know, like eating because you're gonna run out of, you know, energy or whatever.
Well, that's one of the things that We Happy Few,
like if I wanted to do that, I would just do that in real life.
All right,
you know,
I'm trying to talk to you, Dark, real quick.
Yeah, no.
I'm trying to agree with you on that, because when it comes down to it, eating, drinking, stuff like that, when We Happy Few went into game preview, that was the biggest complaints were around those features in that game, where you had to like eat drink, and sleep, to keep your character kind of like lively,
But I also don't like it when they force you, like in Fallout 4, they forced you to build a settlement in a way, and then they forced you to like do certain side stuff. Like that's one of my pet peeves with the Assassin's Creed games is that they force you to do side stuff in order to get the entire in order to finish the game, because like once you get to a certain spot in the main story, you you're not you become underpowered, unlike with some games where you know like I should be able to be like, okay, if I want to go do that side quest, I can do that side quest. There's some games that I would rather just there's some games that I would do the side quest, like Mass Effect, The Witcher. Those games have branching side quests that are really good. Um, and and Assassin's Creed doesn't have that, So like, and Fallout has that where it's like the side quests aren't that great, Like, so that's why I'm like I'm concerned about the game being good, but yet at the same time I'm happy for you guys that are on Xbox that have been getting all this shit for all these years about games and shit like that, and now you guys can just rub it in people's faces. It's funny.
Well, and what
the
we've
backlash.
heard is that it could be third person or first person you could play in, just like
Well, yeah,
all the Fallouts. And,
well, yeah, like the Fallouts. I mean, but that's the thing, dude. Like there's just something about first person RPGs that just I mean, yeah, I know you can go into third person, but it always felt wonky to me. Like any of the Bethesda games that go into third person like that weren't made to be third person or didn't feel like they were made to be third person always felt wonky. Like I know that Fallout 4 had a better, over the shoulder camera for the third person, and I know that it felt a lot better, and you could, play the whole game like that. But the game honestly was intended to play it in first person. So, first, even like with Cyberpunk, that was my biggest concern with Cyberpunk was the first person aspect of it. I mean, was the game good? Yeah. I mean, there was parts of it that were good, but I mean, I had so many issues with it on PS5 that I don't even want to get into that. But, um, um, and that's the thing. Like, uh, with the backlash of this, it's like, guys, stop, stop this fucking silliness. It's fucking silly. Seriously, it's stupid. Like, if you were excited for the game, go out and buy a fucking Xbox or get a fucking PC. Stop this fucking stupid ass bullshit about like, oh well, I shouldn't have to go. Well, Lottie fucking da. Like people who
these are the same
play
people.
on Xbox.
These are same people that are telling people that they should get a PlayStation for
Right.
Spider-Man, for
Right.
God of War, for like why?
Right.
Why is this
even
any different?
Deathloop right now.
But
Come on,
that's
Deathloop looks
I
cool.
don't.
as
I don't
fuck.
know
Right.
if you would get a whole system just for Deathloop, though. Let's be real.
Yeah,
but
we could get a
seriously
whole
though,
system
like
for
then you
Deathloop.
have all the others involved. Like, come on.
Yeah, but those two games that were announced, the Ghostwire Tokyo and Deathloop, are coming to Xbox anyways. So, it might
Down
be
the
a year
road,
from now, whatever. But some people will wait. The people who won't wait are the ones who are going to buy a PlayStation, are going to have an Xbox. People like me who are gonna, I mean, I want an Xbox Series X. So I mean, I'm ecstatic for Halo and things like that. I mean, I'm not really hyped on Starfield, but that I mean it is up my alley because it is a sci-fi game, which I like about it. But I mean, I played Outer Worlds. I hated that fucking game, dude. I fucking hate that game. Oh God, it just it's too much. It was too much like Fallout, dude. I just cannot stand Fallout. So like it's just hearing these people on Twitter. I mean, I saw so many people comment on fucking K Mega's
Yeah,
on
for real.
his posting. I seen so many people commenting on different people's postings. I mean, even Crispy was getting into it. He got I saw I saw one of your postings that you just said one thing about it, and they fucking were just like, "Meh, meh, oh my God, I can't believe," it's just like, calm the fuck
The
down,
angry
man.
otter came out of them.
Yeah.
There you go.
Exactly. That's
That really sounded
exactly
like
what
an angry
happened,
otter
dude.
right there
That's
too. That was
exactly
amazing.
that's exactly what happened. And it was like, really, guys? Really? You're sitting here, you're telling people to go out and buy a PlayStation, buy a PlayStation for this, buy a PlayStation for that. Yet you don't want to fork over the money to buy an Xbox or get a PC, which you probably should have a PC by now anyways, to play a game.
They say they got all those PCs. They should be already in heaven right now.
Yeah, they should already be fine. They should be fine. Why are you fucking complaining about a game when you knew that these games were gonna go exclusive to Xbox? When they bought
They
Bethesda,
didn't though. They didn't though. They they
you
they
knew
listened
that
to
though.
dumb
Come on, dude. You
motherfuckers, dude.
knew that.
Like,
You
come on, come
knew it.
on. You spend $7.5 billion as a
Yeah, there was no
company,
way you would spend
and you have that
7.5 billion
round
dollars
table. And what did
to
Phil
not
say?
get
It
these
will be
games only on
exclusive
Xbox.
to Game Pass. It will be if PlayStation wants Game Pass on their system, Xbox will allow it. I would almost guarantee it. They would be like, "Oh hell
I
yeah,
think
let's make a
people read it
huge
as like
announcement."
I think people read it as like, oh, Phil Spencer said that that there are contracts out there that Bethesda's under that they will
Honor.
honor. And it's like, yeah, but was there a contract with Starfield? If there wasn't a contract with Starfield, it's going straight to
Now,
Xbox.
Xbox came in
Sorry.
and scooped up ZeniMax while PlayStation was trying to get an exclusive kind of like contract
See,
going.
there you go. So I mean, that's the nature of the business.
It's
You can
like,
be
it's like,
upset
oh, you
about it
want
all
that
you
game
want.
exclusive? Oh, okay,
Yeah,
we'll just buy
you
all the publisher, the entire publisher and all the studios. Okay, we'll do
yeah,
that.
you
Yeah, but
you could be upset about it all you want, but guess what? At the end of the fucking day, it's not coming to PlayStation. So what are you gonna do? You either don't play the game, or you either don't play the game and bitch and moan and fucking cry your little fucking heart out in your fucking bed and fucking like just be like, all about it, or you go out and you buy a fucking Xbox Series X or a Series S and shut up.
you know what I gotta say? Screw white on white crime. How about PlayStation on PlayStation crime that's happening right now from Knoxximus? But seriously, like we gotta think about
You know
that.
why? Most PlayStation gamers are fucking annoying, dude. They annoy the shit out of me. I'm just like, shut the fuck up.
Which is why,
Play the fucking game,
which is
right?
why he is
Play
in
the
Xbox.
game.
Which is why he's in Xbox Live parties while he's playing PlayStation games.
Hey, Xbox Live has a better party chat system. Fucking sorry about that.
Yo,
Oh,
check this out.
man.
Yo, shout out to Sir X-Man hitting up that super chat one more time, brother. Thank you so much for the support. He says, I am 4 years and 3 months away from being 60 years old. That's when I see a new AAA IP from Microsoft. Shouldn't have to wait this long for games truth. Now, brother, dude, there's going to be new AAA IP before you hit 60.
Can
Yeah,
I
there's
jump on
gonna
it? I got to say something to that. Okay, so listen,
Gonna hang
I
around
know.
Mooch, man, I guess.
That's what I was just gonna say. Like, I know who the people that you hang around, Sir X Man, and for you to say that sounds really ignorant. Because, and I'm just being real. I'm not gonna wolf tickets with you. We sit there and we chop it up, but that's really ignorant. And this is why. You can buy, there's games that drop every damn week. Biomutant is going to drop
Next
here,
week.
and I can't wait for it next week.
Yep.
The Mass Effect trilogy. I'm playing this shit right now while we're on the game, while we're talking. I've already got like 36 hours into it. I have so much I want to that I can play, and that I'm anticipating to play from what we know already. The notion of just trying to talk about, well, to bring up the little minute issues of, well, exclusives and well, okay, this is an exclusive, but this because the medium was an exclusive. Oh, but that wasn't a triple A IP. Okay, what about Hidebusters? Hidebusters was a really good, but that was just, I understand that was AAA quality,
but that was only 3 hours.
Yeah, but that was only 3 hours. Okay. All right, okay, but and see why you guys always talking about it was DLC.
To bring your point around the table, everybody acted like Outriders was exclusive to Xbox, even though it was just in Game Pass.
Exactly. I mean, listen, you act like Sony. You act like Sony had. You act like Sony just had AAA bangers every month of this new starting this new gen. They haven't.
No, they haven't.
And then on top of that, the games they have
a remake of an old game.
Remake of an old game.
They had a
sequel to
a new game built on the previous generation.
The only game they actually had that was only on PS5 and wasn't a remake is Returnal.
It's Returnal, and Ratchet and Clank.
And Returnal's not that great to be all hyped.
Well, okay. This is the thing too. I'm not gonna say what's great and what's not, because I see a lot of people having fun with it, and I'm not gonna be one of those people that tell somebody, "Oh, you know what? That game
you shouldn't be having fun with that."
Yeah, you shouldn't be having that fun with it. But you know what's funny though is because people were already touting that game to be like, "Oh man, this should be a Game of the Year nominee." Okay, that's fine. That had an 84 Metacritic score. So did Halo 5. So did Gears 4. So did Gears 5. So all those games should have been nominated as well. Listen, Sir X-Man, please do not listen to that garbage, because this whole 600 and some odd days of no AAA, new IPs is the lamest, ridiculous, because back then I understand what side that one of those dudes was on. He wasn't counting down of how many exclusives and shit that PlayStation was lacking when they were all about indies back then. He wasn't counting it down, and neither was the people. So that is ridiculous. I understand if there is, if all that we have to look forward to is what we were accustomed to in 2016 to 2019, pretty much. You know what I'm saying? If it was just Sea of Thieves, Crackdown, Recore, which not saying that those games were bad, because I love those games, but the games, if we were just continuing to get those same type of games, then that would be the problem. But Gears Tactics is fantastic. Jump on that. And then what's coming on after E3, it's a slew of games that's going to be jumping on that everybody's going to be excited to play. The Ascent is going to be great.
They don't even know what's coming out the holiday season. They don't even know. So why are you listening to these people? Like, we don't even know what's coming out past September. We only know what's coming out up until September, and that's it.
You're right, and that's the point right there. And then Sir X-Man's like, I'm talking about new IPs. The Gunk ain't a new IP. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's the thing.
Dude, when is that coming out, man? I want to play that.
It's coming out this year. Yeah, I do too.
Is it coming out this year?
Yeah, it's coming out this year. I mean, what about Crossfire X, which is slated to come out this year? What about Bright Memory, that's slated to come out? What about Scorn, that's going to be coming out at some point in time? Listen, stop falling for that bullshit, because it sounds so ignorant. It don't even sound. At one point it made sense. It doesn't make sense now, because Xbox is invested in so much of these studios, and so what they're telling you now is that you shouldn't be patient for good high quality. They need to be popping these games out like hotcakes, and if those games are broken, then what else they're going to say?
If they start popping them out like hotcakes, are they really AAA quality? I think these
are
more double
not only that,
on,
but they're gonna run into that Nintendo problem where they were popping out a bunch of games for a while, and then all of a sudden, what now? We've been waiting for a while to see a good Nintendo Switch game.
Yeah.
We've been waiting for a while.
Yeah, well,
I mean,
they had to go back to the drawing board on Metroid, which was unfortunate. Man.
Yeah.
And Xbox has a
apparently-
subscription, dude. Like everybody ignores that. Like, dude, they have to engage you throughout the entire years.
I don't think it's really the subscription. It's I mean Game Pass is great. You know, it's great and all, but I don't think the majority of Xbox
That's all they
gamers are
care
playing on
about, dude. And I
Game Pass.
understand people don't like that, but that's all they give a shit about. That's really, dude. They look at that money, that constant revenue, and they say, imagine if we're at 100 million subscribers. That's what they're looking at
Crispy,
right now.
They might not like Game Pass, but like honestly, Game Pass is the reason why they acquired 23 studios. So if you like the fact that they got 23 studios, then you might as well just accept the fact that they have Game Pass, because that's the reason why they did that.
Right.
I think there's a lot of people out there who are waiting to get Game Pass until these exclusives are coming. You know, these AAA or whatever they.
Oh, I agree with that. Absolutely.
They're just waiting for that.
Real quick,
you know?
real quick. Shout out to RG Viper X hitting up that super chat, showing the love and the support for this show and of course this channel. He says, "I'll get a PC when I'll have the exclusives from both Sony and Microsoft. I'll be PCMR because these ponies and bots are getting on my nerves." On second
do you like Steam?
Let me finish because I love the twist at the end. He goes, "On second thought, I'm broke. I can't afford a PC. LMFAO." That is true, brother. PC gaming, man. If you want to get into the upper echelon,
if you want to be.
It is not cheap. It is not cheap.
Talk to Fred. Talk to Fred. Ask Fred how much he paid for his.
Oh my goodness!
Well, and I'm on the lower end aspect of it, and I could just give you my shit costs $1,300 just to upgrade. So, and my shit ain't nowhere near where Pred's is or like PK's or whatever. But I do want to touch on one thing. I'll read that super chat for you. I see right here.
Sir X-Man.
He said, Sir X-Man with the super chat. He said, I did say. Oh, yeah, no problem. He said, I did say new IP, and no, I love Microsoft AAA. Man, it's still what you're doing is that you're still acting like you're not satisfied for what Xbox is trying to bring to the table. You're acting like you haven't been able to play games. And and all you do, Sir X-Man, is talk about old games. So that's, to me, it just don't make any sense.
That is true.
No.
I will.
Yeah, I mean that's why I can't co-sign that, brother. You cannot come up here every time that we in the party chat, when we fight night, when we doing all this, you talk about older games and what you want to play and how these got these enhancements and it's great, and then you come and then you twist it with this type of shit. That I will not let you slide on that. I will not. I love you too, brother. I love you to death, but I will not let you slide.
We went into the nether realm on this subject.
All right, but I do want to.
We had PlayStation on PlayStation and we had Xbox on Xbox.
Yes, we
This
did.
is a fucking
All right.
fire ass show.
Now I do want to make one point because Crispy was talking about what I did. I did a video talking about it today, where I was talking about why it would make sense for that game to come out late, with Starfield to come out later in 2022, anytime in 2022, instead of coming out now, because Flight Simulator is going to be coming out this year.
Oh,
for sure.
I can't wait.
Flight Simulator, and then of course the games that I was just bringing up, we don't know what's going to happen. Well, we know that the Ascent's going to be coming out. I still think that before I get to that, I was just going to name the rest of the games. Crossfire X, I do think that's going to be coming out this year. I don't think Bright Memory or Scorn is going to come out this year, but they'll be coming out next year for sure. Everwild is still out there. Psychonauts is going to be dropping here. Next
Avowed.
week? Avowed. Well, that's a couple of years away. So
no, it's not, because it's
not?
being built on this on Unreal 4, dude.
Oh,
it's being built on that. It's not that far away. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
if it's being built on the old engine. I don't know.
Right, and that's the thing too. The point I was trying to make was that Starfield itself kills all those narratives. It should kill those narratives, and people shouldn't even say what Sir X-Man was saying. But regardless, that's here and there. The point of it is what makes sense about that is that we haven't had a new Halo in 6 years. Halo, this is time for Halo to shine. Battlefield, we're going to get to a Battlefield that's with modern weapons. That's been a whole generation. That's been 8-9 years without that. Are you kidding me? You telling me that people ain't going to be excited about that? Battlefield 6 is going to rake. And then you also have whatever Game Pass, whatever Xbox going to do with Game Pass. I still think Scarlet Nexus, and I think a game like Back 4 Blood will be on Game Pass. I do. I really do. I could be wrong, and like I said, I'll take the L on it if I'm wrong.
Would be a great. It's like a perfect fit for something like Game Pass. And when it comes to Scarlet Nexus, my new fondness for anime has got me really excited about Scarlet Nexus.
See, welcome, my brother. But anyway, so if these type of games come through, and then if the Forza thing is true. How gamers going to have time to play Starfield? And wouldn't that take away? And this is since it's a new IP that's going to be represented by Xbox. You don't want a Titanfall 2 this game because the same thing happened to Titanfall 2 when everybody was already they were on the shit. They had Titanfall on the shit list. Man. Right. EA killed themselves because they put out Battlefront and they put out Battlefield right in between, and then COD was right there when they put in Titanfall 2, a new IP for people who didn't own an Xbox at that or a PC at that time. And so that and then what happened with Titanfall 2? People are still wondering if there's going to be a Titanfall 3. Hopefully, it got crushed. It got crushed. And not saying that Starfield would get crushed because of Game Pass. The fact of the matter is that you want that game to have its own place and to shine. So if you put that in its own little slot in the beginning of 2022 or even at the end of 2022, it will be a winner for them. That's, you know what I'm saying? If that game is that important, then you push it back. There's plenty of games right there. And let Halo breathe. Shit, it's been 6 years. It's a new Halo. People are going to be anticipating it. Let that game breathe as well.
People are going to be killing that game when it comes out for a while. Because not only is there like exploration and extra stuff to do in the story, which we've never really had before in a Halo game. Halo has been in like story driven, has been very kind of like linear. In its story, you weren't able to go out there and explore and find new things and stuff like that. So that's new to Halo. That's going to have people playing the story for a longer period of time. And then when you look at how they are going all in on the multiplayer, because we all know, Halo, that's the granddaddy of that kind of like I can't say granddaddy because of Quake and all that other stuff. But man, when it comes to
it's the daddy, it's the pops.
It's one of those. It's one of those up there with competitive multiplayer and how they're going to continue to support it. Kind of like what they did with Halo 5 from month to month with like new maps, new arenas, new game modes, of course, new skins, stuff like that. They went all out with Halo 5's multiplayer every single month for I don't know how many months in a row. It's what got me to play that game so much. Shout out to Sir X-Man real quick. He said in his super chat, he says Battlefield 6 day one, cannot wait to reserve it. See, there you go right there, man. And we all know you are going to reserve it on Xbox. Shout out to RG Viper X hitting up that super chat one more time, brother. Brother, you said you were broke. That would have been $40 towards your PC, like, man. But no, we really do appreciate it, brother. He says,
"Hey, man, you better stop checking that man's pockets, man."
Yeah, that is my brother, man. He is the reason I am into next gen gaming right now, by the way, as well. So shout out to Viper.
Really good dude.
Good friend, man. Definitely a brother of everybody here on the panel. Game Pass is there to hold everyone over until AAA. Oh, man, I hate the B word, but I gotta say it. Bangers come. Game Pass has the games. Not all of them are for you, but no one can say that Xbox has no games. We all have a huge backlog of games, so stop this trash.
Absolutely. My last point is this too. Final Fantasy VII Remake will finally drop on Xbox sometime next year. Let's say January, February. And then after that, Persona is going to most likely drop because I forgot about
Final
Persona.
Fantasy remake, I think, is a huge misstep because by the time it does come out, like Xbox gamers are gonna be like, you know what? I don't care.
No, that's not true. If that's the case,
Not
they
for
would have said
Final
that.
Fantasy. I agree with you completely. Okay,
I'm kind of to the point where I don't care.
Bro, if that's the case, then Kingdom Hearts would and Yakuza wouldn't have been as big as it is right now.
Or Judgment right now is.
Or
Judgment.
Judgment.
A lot of love.
Yeah,
right now,
no,
so.
people are gonna flock to it and buy the shit out of it, and I'm gonna buy it again.
But here, that's the difference
and
between
PC.
an Xbox. That's the difference between an Xbox gamer and a PlayStation gamer. An Xbox gamer, they're willing to wait. They're okay with waiting. They're okay with waiting for something like that, like Final Fantasy or Judgment, and they'll play the shit out of it. Freaking PlayStation gamers clearly showed their true colors with Rise of the Tomb Raider. They fucking hated the fact that game went to Xbox first, and they were fucking pissed, and they didn't buy the game, and they didn't play it,
dude.
They didn't play it.
Nope, they didn't buy it. Or Dead Rising 4.
Nope. Yep. They didn't play that either.
Yo, shout out to the Elusive Gamer, aka Jamie Moran, is in the chat. He agrees with me. We should stop calling them bangers. Game Filter said, I'd banger. Get it? I'd banger. Yo, shout out to Eli, the realest one, who says he won't care either. Like I said, man, it's just, it's fizzling out a little bit for me. Like, maybe, it comes out when it comes to Final Fantasy Remake. Maybe, it comes out and then number 2 comes out and maybe it's not exclusive for a year because we all know this is Final Fantasy 7 sectioned off in parts. You're not getting the full Final Fantasy 7 game. Go ahead.
If this game comes out in January or February, people will gravitate towards it on the Xbox, even if it's not in Game Pass. I mean, it probably will be in Game Pass. But even if it's not in Game Pass, they're still gonna buy the shit out of it.
I think it would.
I have to agree with
Dark. On Series X enhancements when it comes to that game as well. But
well, that's the thing. That game's probably gonna have enhancements to it, like the PlayStation 5's getting, but they probably will be better. I'm just saying. We won't get into that, but.
Did he just say the PlayStation 5's got a V6 while the Series X might be running that V8, V10
let's just say
12?
Let's just say right now the PlayStation 5 has some sort of hindrance to it that is not allowing devs to get the best out of the console.
I'm telling you, Dark. I'm telling you, I'm going to keep stressing this to you guys until I'm wrong. And if I'm not wrong, I want to get my credit for it. I want to get it.
If you're wrong, he's gonna go hiding.
No. I'm telling you, these games are going to what's happening right here, or what we're seeing with Ratchet and Clank, with Ratchet Clank, Returnal, other games right now. I think in this like 2-3 year cycle, those games are going to be going to PlayStation 4 and PC.
Oh yeah,
because if
maybe not PS4, but definitely PC. Some of these
still
games
having problems
of
selling. They're still having problems of getting the console, the PlayStation 5 out.
Well, they're also having problems with the Xbox getting those out too.
Oh no, I know that. That's another reason, and that's another reason why I think that it would be smarter for them to wait on bringing out Starfield. It's because of that reason. Because if Starfield is a console seller, you don't want to bring it out when Xbox has a shortage. You see what I'm saying? So with this, I'm wondering that maybe that something has changed to where Sony is thinking, you know what, we have 100 and some plus PlayStations out here, and guaranteed that there will be more PlayStation Pros and 4s being bought during the holiday season. More so than the PlayStation 5s, because there'll be more of those available. And when they start saying, look, hey man, we're going to wait probably, until the end of the year, maybe about a year or so, and then just throw those games out there. If Godfall comes out, as the rumor is showing, is Godfall coming out to the PlayStation 4, I say all bets are off.
Yo, did you guys see what Chipmunk put in, in the chat?
See what Pred put in?
He
That
said
was funny.
he said PlayStation 5 has a hard time running that Recore engine in Returnal. Oh my goodness, bro.
God, that was
Yo,
fantastic.
shout out to Sir X-Man hitting up that super chat one more time. He said PlayStation gamers didn't even buy Hellblade. There was a lot of them that were championing Hellblade when it was a PlayStation exclusive. I don't
Yeah.
know if they bought it or not, but they were.
I did. I bought it.
Yeah, I bought it. I
definitely
bought it on all
championing
three. Yeah, I bought. That was the first.
Yeah, I
that
bought
was-
it on all.
yeah, I
all
bought it on three. Yeah, I bought it on PC. I beat it on PC first, and then that's when I played because I didn't
But-
beat it on the PlayStation.
Yo,
4.
real
Ninja
quick,
Theory
real
is
quick,
so
real
good,
quick.
man.
Yo, Pred, what? I don't think I got to you about Starfield, man. What do you think about this? What Jeff Grubb said, what Schreier said, and kind of like the reaction from the gaming community out there on Twitter, bro.
You got to me earlier.
Oh, I did. All right.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I know.
It's been such a
Maybe it was
long.
the last person.
Yeah,
I
we
wanted to
just
talk
been
about
going
it.
off on
It's been
random
such
ass
a long
shit.
conversation. It's been a great conversation, though, just kind of
We're
going
going
back
on
and forth.
tangents. Come
Yeah,
on.
yeah. All right. Well, guys,
We
let's
went off
let's
script
get
tonight.
let's get back on topic here real quick, if you guys don't mind, because it seems that AT&T is shaking up the gaming industry, and not necessarily in a positive way. It has gamers such as myself a little concerned with a franchise that we all know and love, and kind of like upcoming games, games that people are excited to see more on, possibly get their hands on in the not too distant future. But it seems that AT&T is spinning off Warner Media for a merger with Discovery. That is right, Discovery, guys. I'm guessing the Discovery Channel. I thought Discovery was owned by Walt Disney, by the way. So that's a little weird to me. But it's been revealed that Warner Brother Games will be split up. The video game publisher will see some properties and studios end up with the newly formed company, while others will stay with AT&T. And at this time, little in the way of specific information has been revealed, but it does raise questions about the company's video game properties, including Batman, Harry Potter, and Mortal Kombat. 3 big names right there, especially in the gaming space. Maybe not so much Harry Potter. It's Harry Potter. They're working on a new game that people are excited about. But Batman, Mortal Kombat, and it says obviously these franchises remain important ones, but it goes to show just how far-reaching the impact of this deal will be. So basically, AT&T is working out a deal with Discovery, and they are splitting up Warner Brothers Games now. I really want to go. I can't hold it back. I want to go to Pred on this one because splitting up Warner Brothers Games, AT&T not really in the greatest category financially right now. Otherwise, they wouldn't be making this deal or whatnot. But you got these franchises, these games, kind of like up in the air on where they're gonna go. Pred, do I have a right here to be concerned when it comes to, like, say, Mortal Kombat, a franchise that I really get into, absolutely love playing the game, especially online with my friends and stuff like that. But, the Batman franchise, you got the new Harry Potter game. Now, they said these games are coming out, like the newer, Harry Potter is coming out and stuff. But I'm looking kind of like past that in terms of, because I don't think the company known as Discovery, like, I don't know if they know what they're getting into with all this, man, because it takes money to make money in the gaming in the gaming industry, bro.
Yeah, I mean, obviously the newer games they mentioned somewhere. I thought I saw that they're gonna obviously release those, but the franchises they have with them splitting up, and we really don't know what's going where. I would just guess that Warner Brothers would keep the ones like the Batmans, the ones that make money. They try to keep those. There might have been a deal made with something else, but with them, the way they align this deal, I would assume that AT&T kept the bigger franchises because they sold off. They basically merged other stuff like the channels and TV stuff. It was more of a TV deal than it was a video game deal.
See, that would make
But
sense because of Discovery.
yeah, so I could see them keeping the moneymaker franchises like I said, the Batmans, the Lego Star or Lego stuff they do. Um, Shadow Mordor, I think, is under them too.
Mm-hmm.
Those ones they'll probably keep. The smaller companies, smaller divisions, they'll probably give those up because remember they said they're splitting, so they probably gave those up. And I have a feeling that Discovery would most likely sell those IPs or sell those companies off. That's just long term.
See, I didn't even think about that. So Discovery acquires these IPs or whatnot, but
they're not a video game company. They acquired them to sell them. Because keep in mind, like when all this talk about AT&T selling off earlier, we always thought there was a problem with the deal, and I think I always said like they don't want to give up the royalties for some of those bigger ones like Batman and stuff like that. That's what I thought was the holdup. And Microsoft's like, if you're gonna give us this, you got to give us everything. That's probably why the deal fell through because all the companies that they were trying to sell to, all of them kind of backed out of it. And I think it was because they couldn't get those franchises. They couldn't get them all themselves, right? So they kept those in this deal that they made. I'm assuming they kept those that they wanted to keep. They got rid of the ones they didn't want because Microsoft's like, we don't want these little small ass games. I can't think of like Cars or something like that. I'm looking at it now. We don't want these small ass franchises. We want the big ones, the ones that are going to make us money. And they didn't want to give them up. So Microsoft backed out. And with this deal, Microsoft's not in the movie business. So, and I don't think Sony had the money to get them. I don't know what the monetary sum was, but they were asking what, like 10 billion, something like that? Or am I getting that mixed up with am I getting that mixed up with the Discord stuff?
I think Discord was a huge amount of money for what that was.
Discord, yeah, but I think they were asking somewhere around that ballpark figure. I have to go research it some more, but for them to spend that kind of money, for Microsoft to spend that kind of money, or any other company to spend that kind of money, they're going to want those major franchises, and I don't think they're going to get them. So with this deal they did now, they get to keep the ones they wanted, get rid of the fluff they didn't want anymore, and let the other company do whatever the fuck they want with it. And so I think the deal worked out for both parties. I don't think the deal would have worked out had it been a gaming division, whether it was Microsoft, Sony, EA, or whoever, because they would have had to ingest. If they did the same deal with those companies, they would have had to ingest not only that debt, but like they would have gotten the crappy end of it, like with the games wise, and they would have had to got those studios too. Like we don't want those TV studios, which most of these gaming companies don't do movies, So they just want the games. They want all the other shit to come with it. So I wouldn't be worried per se. I would say that a lot of stuff that you think is going to come out, like another Shadow of Mordor, I don't know when that's going to come out now. Just think of it this way. It's going to be on a pause for a little bit. I think Discovery will most likely, they got what they wanted out of the deal. They'll sell off these other smaller gaming divisions that they don't want, close them down. But I don't think any of that would happen until probably the fall, maybe early winter, just because I think that's when the deal goes through. Just like with the deal with Bethesda or ZeniMax.
Well, that deal goes through, and then they would have to there would be time in between selling the other properties as well. So
yeah, they can't really discuss that aspect of it now because it hasn't been signed off yet. So that's what happens over the spring and summer. But once the fall and the winter hits and they've actually signed and inked the deal, it's become official, then you start seeing them say, okay, who wants to buy, this portion? What company wants to buy this? Because I don't really think Discovery's going to be like, let's make games. They don't do that. So that's not their realm. So to get money back from what they just bought and to kind of close that gap in the debt,
they're still getting what they wanted.
Yeah, they got the studios, the movie studios they wanted. Now they just got to get rid of the games and kind of offset that price a little bit. And then they'll start making that money back at some point in time. But I honestly think around the end of the year, you'll start seeing them, like, who wants to buy? They'll auction that shit off, basically. Who's the highest bidder? Because they don't want it. it just came with the deal. You know, it's like when you buy something from a store and they give you like a free sandwich you don't want. Like, I don't even like your sandwiches. You give it to somebody else. So it's the same situation. They got what they wanted out of the deal. Everything else that's there, that fluff that they don't need anymore, they'll sell out to make that money back to try and help offset the cost of the deal.
That is interesting. I didn't even think about it like that. Yo, shout out to Sir X-Man hitting that super chat one more time, brother. Thank you so much. He says we might see a Aquaman Save the Dolphin game. Yeah, bro. Yeah, like that's what I'm saying. That's what I was concerned about. Yo, thank goodness, man. I was able to talk to Pred first and kind of, hear some things that like I didn't even think about. Oh my goodness. I don't know. Let's go to Crispy on this one. Crispy, what do you think of this, man? I know you get into Mortal Kombat. Like, when you first heard about this, were you concerned about the franchise? And after hearing Predator, have your opinions changed at all?
Not at all. The whole point of Discovery, involving themselves with Warner is because, their entire they have something called Discovery Plus. A lot of people don't know that. A lot of huge Food Network and HGTV and people like that have definitely subscribed to that.
I know all about that. My wife is all over that 90 Day Fiance and all that.
So like you yourself, you're not like completely like you watch with her. You do, right? I mean, let's be serious. You're like, yeah, this is great. No,
yeah.
But now you involve some of the Warner IPs in there, and a lot of people don't realize like those Warner IPs are actually like cartoons and shit, dude. Like, they could bring back like Animaniacs or some shit, bro. Like,
yes.
Want that back.
You know what I'm saying? Like, dude, and bring it back to like, if it's on a Discovery Plus platform, it could be really raunchy at times. You're subscribing to it. You know what you're getting yourself into. I mean, Netflix gives me some of the raunchiest shit I've ever seen at times.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
it's like, whoa, they showed that? Whoa.
You know what I mean? Like that's one thing I see from what they're doing. It's like, we have like these very like, linear, like, food programming, building new houses, all this shit. And then all of a sudden they're like, well, now we got all these other IPs. And the one thing is that they said this in the beginning when we were talking about this before Bethesda happened. They were saying, well, we're trying to separate the gaming from everything else. And the only problem we all had, and we all talked about this a year and a half ago, is that, what are you going to do and how are you going to approach this? And they've approached it exactly the way they said. The only thing I'm kind of worried about at this point is that, Microsoft's just like nobody's nipping anything in the bud that's on Microsoft's side. But at the same time, are they really going to start talking about something else? You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, hey, Warner Brothers is here again. Hey, everybody's acting like it's a big deal, and we have no clue what's going on. Or at the same time, AT&T has taken studios like NetherRealm, Rocksteady, others, and said, okay, these are worth something, and we will license those IPs. The only one that would be worth buying outright is NetherRealm because it's still under a bunch of contractual bullshit that involves Midway, and NetherRealm technically is its own entity. That's why Ed Boon, once I see Ed Boon leave, that's when I say there's a problem, because this dude is a diehard. I freaking voiced some of the characters in Mortal Kombat, the original one. This dude loves his game, and he has shown that, especially in 11. Really shown, he's like, I want all these 80s characters. I want Terminator. I want fucking
Rambo.
RoboCop. I want Rambo. I want all these 80s characters. And if you think about it, it kind of went that way in the Mortal Kombat X, because it had Alien, it had Predator, you know what I'm saying? Like Leatherface, like, dude,
Alien's still the best character out of all of them,
I love it. I love playing as Alien. But my point is that you got to look at what these guys do, because these guys are a part of like the entire franchise, especially in NetherRealm's, aspect. If Ed Boon is done, that means there's a problem and there's something going to happen. Until then, I'm fine with whatever they do. Now, at the end of the day, they have basically isolated each IP as far as the gaming's concerned, and they could sell them to whoever the hell they want at this point, because they've already gone into this partnership. They're already using those certain IPs like the DC universe and everything. Everybody remember Gotham? They rented it to Fox, basically. Fox made the game, the TV show. You know what I'm saying? So why not be able to do that again? Because they don't own the license to it. They just were kind of, using that to make their version of it. And Gotham's, a lot of people love that show. So, I don't know. They can go all kinds of ways, and it's hard to speculate. I'm kind of like, are they, is Microsoft kind of like letting this happen and not nipping in the bud? Because they're like, well, you all can think we're doing this, but we're really doing that. You know what I mean? Like,
I think the interesting thing here, again, is what Predator said in terms of like the studios that do get acquired by Discovery, and Discovery not necessarily wanting them, but wanting them to the point where they can sell them off and kind of reduce that financial dent that they made, in kind of like doing this whole thing, this acquisition.
Well, they haven't bought them outright. It is a merger.
Well, merger to then be sold.
No. As of right now, it is a merger. It is not. They don't want anything else but a merger right now. It is a merger of their television, their movie. You could see DC movies coming into there, stuff like that. It is Discovery Plus has a decent amount of people that use that platform, the streaming service. So why not use that? There's no Warner Brothers platform right now. Warner Brothers has been, licensing to Fox, to whoever. Like, Fox is now owned by Disney, so they're not messing with that. You know what I mean? But at that point in time with Gotham, that's why it ended. It's because, Fox got bought out by Disney. Like, there's a lot of shit going on that a lot of people don't realize. And all I got to say is that, like, I feel like Discovery is going to use that for their streaming platform rather than sell them off. And, me and Craig can disagree about that, and that's fine. But I'm just saying, like, you have like superheroes, stuff like that has nothing to do with Discovery Plus. Discovery Plus is your Deadliest Catches, is your Food Network All-Stars or whoever. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what it is. HGTV, building houses, being a very like grounded, like showing you how to do things in your life. And then you got to have that, other like aspect that's like gravitating towards people like us. That's like, hey, we're going to bring this fantasy, superhero, TV show to it. And that's what I feel like they're trying to do.
Huh. All right. Well, here's a list of Warner Brothers games that are in development right now that we know of. Lego Star Wars, the Skywalker Saga. So it's a Lego game. So I'm not interested in that.
Delayed.
Suicide Squad, Kill the Justice League, which
delayed.
Is very interesting, and Hogwarts Legacy, which of course is
delayed.
Damn, bro. Damn. Yo, Dark Optimus, man, what do you think about this merger going on, and kind of like the implications, the ripple effect it's going to have in the gaming industry, bro.
The only companies I care about are Rocksteady and NetherRealm. That's really it. Those are the only two that I'm like, okay, like, well, actually, Warner Bros. Montreal too, because they're making the Gotham Knights. So I'm like, those three. I'm like, okay, like I'm seeing where I want to see where those what's gonna happen with those. Honestly, I mean,
Dark, do you see the super chat right now?
no, I didn't.
Dude, hold on,
What did it say?
real quick. Sir X-Man, hitting up the super chat. He says, new Discovery game, how to build Batcave Simulator.
Oh man, um, that's too funny. That's the thing. Like, there's nothing that has been acquired yet. I mean, they haven't really sold off anything. I mean, it's a partnership right now. I mean, there's kind of like a deal going on, but there's nothing that's like concrete, set in stone. What's gonna happen with this? What's gonna happen with that? Especially the gaming divisions, like those developers, we have no idea what's gonna happen with them right now. I mean, we know what games are coming from some of those studios, but we just don't know what's going to happen with their, if they're going to stick around or if they're going to go to somewhere else. I think, it's pretty telling that AT&T is just probably just trying to get rid of, whatever they can because they were they had they bought into so many things that were just not helping them. Like DirecTV did not help. I mean, nobody really uses DirecTV anymore. People usually are on streaming or they have cable. They're not really like into the satellite dish, stuff anymore, unless you live like way out in the boonies somewhere where you actually do need satellite, a satellite dish. But I think they were also involved in what's the other thing that they were involved in that really just crushed them with with in terms of money. They're selling. I mean, they're willing to. I think they're willing to sell, but they're willing to wait for the right price.
Is it bad that I feel like these two companies, AT&T and Discovery, I just feel like these are two companies that shouldn't be in the gaming industry, but whatsoever.
Oh yeah. These are the two companies that should never even be involved in gaming, like at all. Like these companies need to go to like a company that'll take care of them, or like an actual gaming company, or just be more independent, like NetherRealm, like Crispy was saying, like if Ed Boon left, that's when the ship has gone downhill. That things have just turned for the worse, because honestly, Injustice and Mortal Kombat, those are like beloved franchises.
A cashier told
like
me that
those
they announced an Injustice movie.
Yes, they did.
No,
I saw
did
that
they?
Technically.
Yeah,
Did they?
Dude,
When?
that's gonna be fire.
I saw it today briefly, but I did see something about an Injustice movie spinoff or something.
Okay. It might be like
Well,
might be a
Ed
cartoon.
tweeted it out, and he's like, Injustice is all of a sudden like on Twitter's, top 3. Like, what's going on here?
Yeah, because I didn't hear anything about it, so it might be like an actual. It might not be in a live
Animated
action
movie.
thing. Yeah, it's an animated movie probably. Um, yeah, it's just I think that at this time we really don't know what's gonna happen. So I think we just need to take whatever is happening at with AT&T and their dealings with HBO and Warner Bros. With a grain of salt for now, until we have some concrete evidence that they're selling over to a certain company.
As my little sis Ashton Luca would say, this is just looking spooky to me, man. I don't know. I can't place why. I just feel like this is so uncomfortable to me. Like what's going on here and the two companies involved and stuff like that. It's my opinion, but
I mean, honestly, at the end of the day, if it happens, if it ends up happening where things just go south real quick, I mean, there's nothing we can do about it, you know?
Yeah, I know, definitely. Let's get K Mega in on this, yo. Mega, what do you think about the news of this merger? And do you have any concerns? Do you hear what I'm saying, man? I feel like even though AT&T, I believe they owned Warner Brothers, you know, with the newer Mortal Kombat games, I still feel like I can't see these companies as like gaming companies, or the dedication that it takes, and you know, especially financially, the prices for game development, you know, in order to make money after the game comes out and everything. I don't like what's going on here at all. I think these studios would be better in more gaming centric like companies' hands, man. What are your thoughts of this merger going on, bro?
Well, I mean, overall, it just comes to show about what AT&T, what it used to be back in the 50s, you know, the 40s, 50s, 60s. I mean, hell, all the way until the 90s, until that's when, you know, the internet really started to take off.
Remember AT&T bought Singular, man. People thought that shit was juggernaut right there.
Well, no, yeah, AT&T was the juggernaut for so many years. But again, and you know how like companies will invest into things, and even though like we're gamers and we look at it, it's just no different than when Microsoft would jump and get Zune or something like that. That's how they look at these. They're looking for something to make a profit, and or just like with Amazon jumping into the gaming business, and Google doing the same. This is something they see.
I think Google's jumping out soon too.
Well, we'll see about that, but I mean, it really just comes down to that they see that the potential of making money, and you know, Rocksteady, NetherRealm. I don't know how Monolith is done. I just love their games. And then of course the Lego games.
Oh shit, I forgot about Monolith.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I mean, there's you know, there's plenty of games that's under their umbrella. That that like video game companies would definitely want to try to get their hands on. The question is you know, is they have the right price. The one thing that intrigues me is that AT&T is what it's showing to me is that they're trying to get into broadband. They're trying to get heavy into that because they know that's where the money is going to be, especially with the infrastructure bill that they want to try to pass. You know, that, you know, hopefully that'll pass, because I mean it's desperately needed in this country. And so AT&T want to be a player. They want to try to get in there and get involved in that, but they have so much debt. So Discovery Plus paid anywhere from $40 to $55 billion to AT&T. And so
I think RG Viper said like 47 billion.
Yeah, I said anywhere from 40 to 55 billion. So so for what that they have, so the things that they have, look, which Discovery is not worried about the video game aspect of it, really. Because of it's the merger, and video games will be kind of separated here, and the bigger video game companies will be with AT&T. The thing of it is, overall, is that if the price is right, so they can try to get out of debt, will happen, they will sell. That's what it looks like. And already in Monolith, I've seen that EA picked up the vice president or the president from Monolith, and now EA is going to start working on big open world AAA games, and he's going to be the head of it. And so that's the first crumble. Again, you're going to start seeing more and more of this starting to happen, and Tencent's going to be in play. Sony, I'm sure, might want to try to get into the play of some. We don't know what their finances will be, but Microsoft needs to be in the play. I'm sure that they will be. But I mean, there's a whole bunch of companies out there other than just game companies out there.
Microsoft just needs to get another realm, and I'll be a happy camper.
Well, if Microsoft can pull a rabbit
Did
out
you
of
get another realm?
Another realm, and
Bye, PlayStation.
If Microsoft can do something and pull NetherRealm and Monolith, that's
or even Rocksteady, dude. Rocksteady.
I don't. That's the one thing I think that they'll hold on to. I think the one thing that AT&T is waiting on is to see what these two games will do. I think by that time we'll find out if Batman is still the big hot commodity, which I still think it is. But if this Gotham Knights isn't received well, or Harry Potter, or what's the other game that they're gonna have? They're gonna have the Suicide Squad. If those three games don't do well, or just one of them do well, then I think that they'll be like, okay, yeah, it's time to cut bait. We tried the video game thing. It's just not what we want to do anymore. So it's just something to look at. I don't think it's going to be anything quick, but I don't know. The way as fast as Tencent is moving and things like that, I have no idea. And then there's tons of others out there that there's so many companies with money that maybe want to try to invest. And of course you can't overlook Google and Amazon. Look what they might want to try to do with that as well. So it's all about the money. If the price is right, I don't think AT&T has a problem with selling anything out of that situation, because they want to get back into broadband and be a big player in that again.
I got you guys. So all in all, we're definitely gonna watch this as it develops and see if there's anything to make us kind of like stand back and go, whoa, what are you guys doing here? But yeah, that's pretty much the topics for tonight, guys. We got through it, I would say, fairly quickly. We're 10:15 right now on a workday episode. Shout out to the chat. You guys have been absolutely incredible. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with us, supporting the channel, supporting the show. This is where we come together every Thursday. Me and this band of misfits right here, this band of gaming misfits right here, and we just give our opinions on the gaming news, and it's good to see you guys come in and kind of interact with us, and really have opinions on our opinions. It's a lot of fun doing this show every week, and it's because of you guys, man. Shout out to you guys in the chat, everybody who's here every week. Thank you guys so much for the support. But like a 40-year-old with a comb over, it is time to get those plugs in. And let's start with Dark Chocolate Optimus, man. I'm starting with you first tonight, man. What do you got for us?
You guys can find me on Twitter, Dark Optimus. You can also find me on Xbox and PlayStation at the same name. And you guys can find me on the next podcast every Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific.
Prime time, baby. Prime time, man.
Yep.
And
what? It's also the home of white on white crime.
The home of white on white crime. If you like your crime white on white, you got to be here every Thursday. I think that's the reason why.
Diabetes.
That's the reason why K-Meg is still here, by the way.
That damn sugar, bro. What the hell?
Speaking of sugar, I'm going to get another cup of coffee as soon as this show is done, man. I still got a lot of gaming to do. And I have to watch an episode of Attack on Titan called The Basement. Anybody who
Get to the chopper!
Anybody who has watched Attack on Titan, you know what I went through to get to the basement, and this is the episode. So, let's go, Predator. You had some guest appearances last week, and anything that you want to let the people out there know about coming up this coming week?
Yeah, I was on TXR last week. K-Meg was on with me as well. Good show. Had fun. Those guys. Nothing coming up this week. Be here next podcast next week. Predator _H2O pretty much everywhere. OnlyFans, Xbox Live, PlayStation.
I love how he says OnlyFans really quick in here. OnlyFans, yep. Subscribe.
At the gun range, I'll be there too.
Wow, yeah. Wow. From what we've been seeing in the DMs, man, you're gonna you'll be there a lot, bro. You'll be there a lot. Yeah. And let's go to the hashtag Crispy Truth, Crispy Bomb. Let people know, of course, the other shows you're on and where they can go to talk games with you, bro.
Welcome to
No.
Welcome to the Cum Zone.
Fielder husband whacked him.
Wow, congratulations!
I had to do
Dude,
it.
that was like a montage. That was
It's funny because Crispy, when every time he does that, I always think it's K Mega actually doing the thing because he's got that voice like that.
That's where I go. Welcome to the Crispy Truth. Yes, yeah. But you know what? There's no show tomorrow on Breakfast with Boom, so we will not be there. We got Retro Renegade 7 p.m. Tuesday nights, and I'll be back here on the next podcast in prime time, 8 p.m. Thursdays, and at Crispy Bomb on Twitter, Crispy Bomb 28 Xbox Live. Hit me up.
nice, brother. And of course, last but certainly not least, my brother, the man who has been with me from the beginning, even to the point where some people said that they're the ones who told me he should be on. But we all know the truth about that. K Mega, what do you got for us, bro?
Oh man, good to be here as usual, man. I cannot believe that I'm immersed into Mass Effect like I was back then.
I know, man.
It's crazy.
Oh, dude.
Crazy. It's
I
crazy.
never played it. Yo, Mega, do you have a spare copy? Code? Anything?
Wrong. You're wrong.
All right. So anyway, let's get back to anyway, check out the GRG podcast tomorrow night. We have some guests. I say that we do. I need to go and check tomorrow morning, make sure that they're still going to be coming. But yeah, we got some guests coming on. Should be very interesting. We'll have a person that is a PlayStation guy and then a Wildcat to come in on the podcast. So we have to meet
that white quota. I'm always there.
Yeah. We'll definitely do that. I mean, I think
are you getting Jabari on?
No, not that PlayStation type. No. He came on. It's like, hey, this guy. Anyway, but no. Hope you guys come and check us out. Should be fun. Definitely. I've dropped a couple of videos here this week. That's not normal. I don't usually do that, but I've just had a lot to say. So, I've tried to talk with my wife about it, and then she's like, I don't want to hear it. Do that video. All right. I'm good with that. I'll do that instead. So, so I did that. So come check out the channel, KMega405. Also on Twitter, at KMega4, and on Twitch. Man, we did Fight Night. That was really crazy. We played a wrestling game, the WWE Battlegrounds. That game is absolutely a blast to play. So I'm pretty sure that we'll play it again for being one of the first games that we'll play, and then get to some other funky stuff. But yeah, check out Fight Night Sundays. I say 9, 10 o'clock, but shit, it doesn't matter. We'll just be up, and we'll be up all damn night. So that's just what we do. So hope you guys will come and check us out, man. But thank you so much. And then Thursdays I'll be here unless I got some other things to do. I mean, I've paid the debt. I've looked to check my PTO time. Yeah, I could take off a lot. You know what I'm saying? I've been here every show for damn near all 6 years. So I'm due. I might take a hiatus.
You're what?
My PTO, man. My PTO.
No, that's not in the contract, bro. There
no, hell no. That's
there is
no
PTO. There is no PTO. There is no vacation. unpaid or whatnot. Like it's that's not.
Hey, I might not be on the
I'm
show
just saying-
for a little time, but you know what I'm saying, Bot, you can always do impressions of
If Crispy
maybe
could take
somebody
off
else.
for getting a Series X when he
Yeah.
Ooh,
clearly could have been here for the
thank you,
show,
Crispy. Thank you
Yeah.
for
then
giving
I
him
think we
fuel.
could take a day off.
Yeah, I can
Welcome
take
to the Dark Autumnus.
Right, yeah, and then you can just listen, and then Dart can take my place, and we can listen to them just right here. I can just think of it right now. Really, Dart? Oh
Yep.
wow, really? Oh shit! All right, well, thank you, Dark. All right, well, thank you guys. Good night.
Hold on. Shout out to Sir X-Man hitting up that super chat one more time, and this is what he says. He says, "Give me them gunshots, K Mega."
Ooh, he wants the gunshots.
To the
Hey man, Bot, you know we got to do a sponsor. I mean, you got a sponsor. I don't understand why you don't want to listen to him.
Wait, what are you talking about? No sponsor.
Yeah, you got a sponsor. No, that ain't that one. It ain't that one.
Thank you
Bot,
guys so much for tuning in, man.
Oh, where were we?
We're finally going
I was about to ask you for your favorite brand of feminine hygiene.
Next week for next podcast.
Oh, I always use new Sweetfish.
Why Sweetfish, Miss Coos?
Well, us models, under the hot lights and all, our cunts can get pretty.
The voice of Master Chief, Spartan 117. And you're tuned in to next podcast. Now, wake me when you need me.